Hi, I'm here with my friend Braydon, and today we're talking about John Rackham, or Jack Rackham, or Calico Jack, because he has a lot of names and no one can decide what they want to call him. So, we're looking at thewayofthepirate.com. Are you gonna say anything?
Yeah. I was getting there, you know?
You gotta think of it.
Yeah.
I thought I was reading out loud, but I was actually reading in my head, so.
Okay, well, anyway, John Rackham was born December 26th, 1682. He was commonly known as Calico Jack, and he was he was an English pirate captain operating in the Bahamas and in Cuba during the early 18th century. His nickname was derived from the calico clothing that he wore, while Jack is a nickname for John.
Calico John.
Yeah.
John Rackham. Is that just saying the same thing it just said?
No.
Oh, wait, I was just reading the same thing. Oh, dear. I'm not good. Alright, early life and career. Little is known of Rackham's upbringing or early life, except for the fact that he was English and born around the year 1682. So he was born around the years.
They don't even know when he was. That's wonderful.
They don't sound too sure about that. The first record of him as a quartermaster on Charles Vane's brigantine Ranger in 1718, operating out of New Providence Island in the Bahamas, which was a notorious base for pirates known as the Pirates' Republic. Sounds like a Star Wars game.
It does.
The Pirates' Republic. Vane and his crew robbed several ships outside New York City, then encountered a large French man-of-war. The ship was at least twice as large as Vane's brigantine, and it immediately pursued them. Vane commanded a retreat from battle, claiming caution as his reason. Jack Rackham... Can no one decide on this? They just don't know what they want to call him. Every time they call him a different name. Jack Rackham quickly spoke up and contested the decision, suggesting that they fight the man-of-war because it would have plenty of riches. In addition, he argued if they captured the ship, it would place a much larger ship at their disposal. Of the approximately 91 men on the ship, only 15 supported Vane in his decision. So they were just all with Rackham.
For whatever reason.
Vane declared that the captain's decision is considered final. However, despite the overwhelming support for Rackham's cry to fight, they fled the man-of-war. On 24th November 1718, Rackham called a vote in which the men branded Vane a coward and removed him from the captaincy, making Calico Jack the next captain. Rackham gave Vane and his 15 supporters the other ship in the fleet, along with a decent supply of ammunition and goods. Oh, so they just let them go. They just gave him a bunch of stuff and let him go.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was expecting them to just kill him. They're pirates, so.
Well, yeah, that's what you would expect from pirates, but.
Here's where it gets into the good stuff, though, because this guy is known for suggesting that he becomes the captain and then realizing he has no clue what he's doing and then runs away. So. He's got a good career ahead of him.
He sounds like quite the man.
This guy's so famous. He showed up in Pirates of the Caribbean. So, but we'll get to that.
It's a story for another time.
He made a career of plundering small vessels close to shore once he became captain. So he just did a bunch of small stuff. He and his crew captured the Kingston, a small Jamaican vessel, and made it their flagship. They made several conquests in the West Indies, taking a couple of large ships off Bermuda. In 1719, Rackham sailed in Nassau in the Bahamas, taking advantage of a general amnesty for pirates to obtain a royal pardon and commission from Governor Woodes Rogers, Rogers had been sent to the Bahamas to address the problem of pirates in the Caribbean who had started to attack and steal from British ships. In December, he captured the merchant ship Kingston. The Kingston had a rich cargo and promised to be a big score for Rackham and his crew. Unfortunately for him, the Kingston had been taken within sight of Port Royal, where outraged merchants outfitted bounty hunters to go after him. They caught up with him in February 1719 while his ship and the Kingston were anchored at that place off Cuba. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because that is very hard. Rackham and most of his men were on shore at the time and they escaped capture by hiding in the woods, but their ship and rich trophy were taken away. Didn't this guy just kick off his last guy for being a coward? In the instant they find people like, look! Behind the trees!
It's Isla de los Pinos, off Cuba.
Isla de los Pinos. Why did I pause there? I didn't mean to. I swear that was an accident. Captain Charles Johnson describes how Rackham stole a sloop in his seminal 1724 book, A General History of the Robberies and Murders of the Most Notorious Pirates. That's spelt wrong.
It appears so. What is that?
Alright, Rackham and his men were at the town in Cuba, refitting their small sloop when a Spanish warship charged with patrolling the Cuban coast entered the harbor along with a small English sloop which they had captured. The Spanish warship saw the pirates but could not get at them at low tide, so they anchored in the harbor entrance to wait for morning. That night, Rackham and his men rowed over to the captured English sloop and overpowered the Spanish guards there. As dawn broke, the warship began blasting Rackham's old ship, now empty, as Rackham and his men silently sailed past in their new prize. Oh, so that's actually kind of cool. So they
Yeah.
That actually does kind of sound like Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's sounding almost like he achieved something. It's crazy.
Which, believe me, he doesn't do a lot of. He just
It's blowing my mind that this website would even suggest that.
He achieved something. I call bullcrap. Lies. Wait, where were we?
I believe we're here.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Rackham and his men made their way back to Nassau when they appeared before Governor Rogers and asked for the royal pardon, claiming that Vane had forced them to become pirates. Rogers hated Vane and chose to believe them, granting them the pardon and allowing them to stay. Their time as honest men, however, did not last long. So this dude he realized, I don't know what I'm doing, I want to quit, ran to a governor and said, hey, we'll be nice people, please just get rid of all of our crimes for us. This one other pirate made us do it. And this guy who hated the other pirate was like, oh yeah, sure. But oh, don't worry, it made a point to state, oh, don't worry, they weren't good people for long, because they quick skedaddled out of there.
So, they out of fear, said somebody else did it. And then, even though they did get out of it all, they still ran away.
And then, so now we're getting into Anne Bonny, because Anne Bonny is actually famous for being one of the most notorious female pirates there was. And they were rare, right? That's actually what made Calico Jack famous, was the fact that he had 2 female pirates on his crew. This captain is famous because of 2 members of his crew.
Not even because of him. So
it's not even because of him.
Well, that, and you got to remember, he knew a lot of famous pirates. So,
yeah.
Gave him credit just to know the other ones.
He barely escaped them all. Because he ran. While in port, Rackham began an affair with Anne Bonny. wife of sailor James Bonney, who was employed by Governor Rogers. James Bonney learned about the relationship and brought Anne to Governor Rogers, who ordered her whipped on charges of adultery. Rackham offered to buy Anne in a divorce by purchase? He just offered to buy her in a divorce by purchase?
So...
Because he loved her, but her husband sternly refused. This caused Anne to flee Nassau and run away with Rackham. The pair, with a new crew, escaped to sea together, avoiding Rackham's pardon, by stealing a sloop belonging to John Ham. They sailed the Caribbean for 2 months, taking over other pirate ships. Rackham would often invite the crew of ships that he attacked to join his crew, and Anne became pregnant and went to Cuba to have the child. So this dude just, again, ran away. The thing he kicked off his old captain for doing.
Called his captain a coward. Okay, so he kicked him off the ship. And then every other time he has come to a struggle, I guess, he runs.
Yeah.
Old habits die hard.
It's so funny to me how this dude got all of the crew members to join him saying, "We will fight, this coward doesn't want to." And then he just never does it.
After that day, he never once fought again.
In September 1720... capture, trial, and death. In September 1720, the Bahamas Governor Woodes Rogers issued a proclamation declaring Rackham and his crew pirates, although it was not published until October 1720. After publication of the warrant, pirate hunter Jonathan Barnett and former pirate Jean Bonadvis started in pursuit of Rackham, who was cruising near Jamaica, capturing numerous small fishing vessels and terrorizing fishermen along the northern Jamaican coastline.
Okay, so he can beat fishermen. That's good.
Thank God. Glad to see he's using his...
He doesn't run from all battles. You know, he takes fishermen's boats.
Oh, thank God, their only weapon is a fishing pole. I got this.
Oh man, this guy was bad.
Rackham had come across a small vessel crewed by 9 English pirates, and and they joined Rackham on his ship for a bout of drinking while at anchor, during which they became intoxicated at Dry Harbor Bay in Jamaica. Barnett's sloop attacked Rackham's ship and captured it after a fight presumably led by Mary Read and Anne Bonny. Rackham and his crew were brought to... Attacked Rackham's ship and captured it after a fight. Wait, so Mary Read and Anne Bonny led the fight? Does that mean...
Rackham?
I'm not actually sure. This isn't really explaining it, but... Rackham and his crew were brought to Spanish Town, Jamaica in November 1720, where they were tried and convicted of piracy and sentenced to be hanged. Rackham was executed in Port Royal on 18th November 1720. His body then gibbeted on display on a very small islet at a main entrance to Port Royal, not known as Rackham's Cay. So, this dude was like a pirate for 4 years. And,
he was only captain for 3 of them, and he was in hiding for the 3 that he was captain.
Yeah.
He's very, very successful man. You know, it's such an inspirational story.
Alright, and, now I gotta do a second one, because this thing only allows me to do it for 15 minutes, so, you know. Awesome. Welcome to part 2 of our so far pretty terrible podcast. Now, because we probably bored you with, his amazing exploits last time, now we're going to talk about pop culture, because he makes a lot of appearances in famous movies like Pirates of the Caribbean, where he played the star lead as one of the skeletons that was hung in the first movie for 2 seconds.
And, we'll explain what exactly we mean. The Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, as Captain Jack Sparrow comes into Port Royal, there's a sign with, I believe it's 2 skeletons hanging.
There's 2 of them.
Saying, "Pirates, ye be warned." And, well, Calico Jack is one of those dead skeletons hanging up there. So he's quite famous for that, which...
It's really what brought his name into modern day history,
Yes. Well, that, and, he did have an accomplishment, and that was the notorious pirate flag with the skull and bones.
Why are you holding your necklace like a microphone?
I don't know.
You're like holding it up to your mouth. But no, he created the pirate flag, which is actually pretty cool. It's probably why they put him in that movie,
Yeah.
And you guys probably didn't see it, but like his name is actually on the cover. Calico Jack, It's not, but, it's there.
If you believe it, it's true.
You don't have to fact check me or anything, but you just gotta trust me on this. You know it's bad when in pop culture on literally every website it shows up, the first thing is in Pirates of the Caribbean, and when you look it up, it says he was one of the skeletons. Like, oh good.
It's such an important role.
They're honoring his memory.
Okay, so anywho, back to Calico Jack.
Fate of his crew. This is kind of important. Anne Bonny and Mary Read both claimed to be pregnant at their trials 10 days after Rackham's execution, and so were given temporary stay and imprisoned at Fort Charles until the claim was proven. Read died in her cell in April 1721, most likely of fever related to childbirth. There is no historical records of Aunt Bonny's release or of her execution. So, really they have no clue what happened to her.
So we have no idea if
she's probably still around today.
Probably.
Hiding.
Lurking.
She's among us. George Featherstone, Master, Richard Quartermaster, John Davis, and John Howell were all executed along with Jack Rackham at Port Royal. Patrick Carty, Thomas Earl, James Dobbin, and Noah Harwood were executed the next day in Kingston. Why does each of those people have a stupid name? Patrick Carty, Thomas Earl, James Dobbin, and Noah Harwood. Every single one of those people has the dumbest
either
name.
The first name or the last name, but
yeah.
They both just make you question things.
Thomas Earl, he has 2 first names. The day after Rackham's trial, former crew members John, Old Dad the Cooper, or Fenwick, and Thomas Bourne, alias Brown, were separately tried and convicted for mutinies committed in mid-June 1720 off Hispaniola. 9 men who had been caught drinking with Rackham's crew, John Eaton, Edward Warner, Thomas Baker,
Thomas Quick,
John Cole, Benjamin Palmer, Walter Rouse, John Hanson, and John Howard. Why do I recognize some of these names?
I feel like I do too.
That's why I stopped there for a second. I swear, Thomas Baker is like a current actor or something. I mean, this is a bit off topic, but like...
I've got to find out now.
Edward Warner. Didn't he, like, create Warner Brothers? I swear his name was Edward.
Thomas Baker was a United States Army soldier. Okay.
Well, that's not a pirate.
No. He lived in the 1916 to 1944.
John Hanson. Oh, I know where I recognize that name. Alright, okay, this is getting too off topic. We gotta get back on it. The next name, John Cole, John Howard, and Benjamin Palmer were executed at Kingston. The fate of the remaining 3 is unknown. So, that seems about it. Let's go to a different website. Woohoo! Alright, now... I gotta go to the other website. Alright, here we are. It's, pirates.fandom.com. And, it just says, like, the same thing, right? But it talks about his appearance in, Pirates of the Caribbean. And it's so funny, because... like, all it says is, oh yeah, he was the corpse, you know, at the beginning. It just says nothing but that. Oh, my bad, pardon me. He's also mentioned on one occasion in the novel On Stranger Tides, which was used as the basis for Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Okay, now that's actually kind of neat. On Stranger Tides is probably my favorite Pirates movie.
He was mentioned once. And then it says here, appearances. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, as a corpse. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, comic, as a corpse. And those are his 2 appearances. So, real important man.
Yes. I mean, I find it interesting that he designed the Pirates flag. I like the Pirates flag.
Yeah, but like...
Just given that was the only important thing that he ever did, is pretty sad.
It's not a good sign when every single website starts off by saying, he was famous for having 2 female pirates on his crew. Wow. And, in fact, Anne Bonny straight up said that he was pretty much a coward, and that he probably wouldn't have died if he was more of a man. Keep in mind, this was one of the 2 women he got pregnant. So, you know.
You know, even she knows he pretty much sucked.
Yeah. Man, he is not a very impressive guy. I feel like if he was, like, a modern-day person, he would be that one dude that just stands in the corner in a hoodie with his hood up. And when everyone tries to talk to him, he just runs away.
He would run away out of fear.
Leave me alone!
I don't want to talk to anyone. He was the... Oh, you know, I can't think of the word, so... Yeah, no, I got nothing. I can't think of it.
I feel he would grow up. Like, if he was a modern-day person, he would grow up like looking up to those people, like, I want to be on the run from the police, you know, I want to live on the dangerous side. And then he just like ends up being that one dude that sells weed to kids in the back alley.
In all fairness, he halfway achieved his dreams. He does get to run from the police every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just not for the reasons that he wanted to be.
Yeah. He still brags about it, though.
Well, yes. Yeah.
You know, he thinks he's great. It says here, wait. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. We're still on the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Mark Davis originally intended to put historical pirates into the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, but he eventually decided to find ways to add something that people would get a laugh out of instead. However, he did make a sketch of Calico Jack and Bonnie and Mary Read and their crew dividing the stolen treasure. It's kind of cool.
Well, that's actually pretty awesome.
Calico Jack's only possible appearance in Pirates of the Caribbean universe was in The Curse of the Black Pearl as a corpse hanging near Port Royal. The pirate flag usually attributed to Calico Jack could also be seen being used by Hector Barbossa on the Black Pearl. Yeah.
Captain Barbossa, my favorite.
Alright, let's go to a different website now, because that is exclusively about Pirates of the Caribbean. Also, I'm sure we mentioned this, but this kind of goes into more detail about it. John Rackham, who earned the nickname Calico Jack because of his taste for clothes made of brightly colored Indian calico cloth, was an up-and-coming pirate during the years when piracy was rampant in the Caribbean and Nassau, when the capital of a pirate kingdom of sorts. So yeah. Legacy. Oh my god. Legacy. Rackham wasn't a great pirate. That is the first sentence.
I love it.
His brief tenures as a captain were marked more by daring and bravery than pirating skills, which I don't really see, honestly. His best prize, the Kingston, was only in his possession for a few days, and he never had the impact on the Caribbean and transatlantic commerce that others like Blackbeard, Edward Lowe, Black Bart Roberts, or even his one-time mentor Vane did. There's a pirate called Black Bart.
I never heard that name before.
And it's not like one word, like Black Bart. It's like Black space Bart.
Anywho, back to Rackham.
Yeah. Rackham is primarily remembered today for his association with Reed and Bonnie, two fascinating historical figures who were actually good pirates. It is safe to say that if it were not for them, Rackham would not be but a footnote in pirate lore.
He's such an important man.
I'm reading this word for word. Oh, I forgot to say the source, sorry. It's thoughtco.com/biography of John Calico Jack Rackham. Biography of John Calico Jack Rackham, just with a dash in between them all.
Isn't that the name I gave him when we were messing around?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it is.
John Calico Jack Rackham. Rackham did not leave one other... Rackham did leave one other legacy over his flag. Pirates at the time made their own flags, usually black or red, with white or red symbols on them. Rackham's flag was black with a white skull over two crossed swords. This banner has gained worldwide popularity as the pirate flag, which is honestly, like, that is, like, the one, like, cool thing he actually did.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, no.
What?
I'm not even gonna say this, because this is, like, really bad, but Braydon, just read that sentence.
So he proceeded to marry them.
So I'm sorry, but I can't say that, or else I'll get in trouble at school. Because this is a school project that I am turning in.
And we're good Christian children. We don't speak of that anyway.
We are good Christian children. Oh, fast facts. John Rackham.
Seconds.
Oh, well, Bye. This was our podcast. Thanks for
Wonderful.
being here.
Thank you for attending this session.
I'd like to thank my sponsor,